All right, guys, here we go. So there's 300 volunteers, and we're going to have them watch advertisements during some feature for Jane Austen. Now, I don't really know who Jane Austen is. That sounds like, I think that's kind of a girly movie kind of a thing, isn't it? So I'm assuming that guys and girls may react differently to that. Not all girls, of course, don't want to be called stereotypical. We're not looking for that kind of thing here, but we're looking for tendencies, right? Not an absolute truth, tendencies. So if something could be a lurking variable, then what we want to do is separate them into blocks. So here's how you do a completely randomized design. I'm going to randomly assign all 100 volunteers into the 3 treatments. So there's my sample, 300 volunteers. I'm going to send them straight to a random assignment situation where 100 get the first ad, 100 get the second ad, and 100 get the third ad. I'll bring them back together and I'll compare the results. That's a completely randomized design. The only problem is when I randomize 300 people, I'm not guaranteed that I'm going to get 50 guys and 50 girls in each group. So if gender is going to be a factor here, then if I have a guy-heavy group and a girl-heavy group, they may react differently just because of their gender preferences as far as what they're watching on TV and advertisements. Now, number 2 says, block. How are you going to do a block design? I would block by gender. Within each block, I would randomly assign an equal number to all 3 treatments. So look what happened here. I have 300 volunteers, but I don't even think I know how many are guys and girls. So I just say there's going to be a block of guys and a block of girls. And then I'll go over to random assignment. And in each one of the blocks, they get put into the same 3 treatment groups. Then I'm going to compare the results. I'm going to compare the results for the guys, and I'll compare the results for the girls before I even get to that last stage, and just see if there's something I could say about the advertisement 1, 2, or 3. And then once I'm done with that, I combine all of the results that I have, take a look at what's going on, and see if there's anything that sticks out. Now, the last one says, why might a randomized block design be preferable? So that gender can't become a lurking variable. If I separate them, there's no way gender can become a lurking variable. I don't want a confounding situation if I'm spending all this time recruiting 300 people and having them watch movies and look at advertisements. It's time on everybody's hands. I don't want my study to get wrecked. Don't want my study to get wrecked by a lurking variable and end up being a confounding situation. So there you go. I guess if you wanted to make this a matched pairs design, if anybody's curious about that, what I would have to do is I would have to take it would kind of start here. I would take the sample, and then I would randomly assign the treatment groups, and I would force these people to watch 3 different things with these 3 different ads. Every single person would get randomly assigned to how they're going to get the 3 different ads, and then I would compare the results. That's a matched pairs design. It wouldn't separate them out as with genders. There's no way to do that. You could, I suppose, take the guys and then have them go in these different orders. So you could do a matched pairs design after you do a block design. I mean, you can make it that complicated. That's probably not going to show up on your test, though. It'll either be a completely randomized design or a block design or a... nope, that's not right. Where'd it go? I'm sorry, let me point them out again. I'm so dumb. A completely randomized design where the first thing you do is go to random assignment, put them in the groups. Or on your test, you'll see a matched pairs design where you take your sample and you randomly assign the order of treatments, and then go treatment 1, treatment 2, treatment 1, treatment 2, and then you get to compare them to themselves, so that you actually have 20 different comparison numbers, and then you bring all those together and talk. Or your block design. So your homework, you guys, is on page 265, 68, 70, 72, 73, 75, 77, and 79. There's a lot of terminology, and you got to read some problems and figure out how to go about them. So be thorough with your homework here. Don't just kind of gloss over it, and for God's sake, don't skip it. Have yourself a good day.